I mean, if you look at, for example, the drive to invest in Africa for resources and things like that by India and China, China, it's state-owned enterprises from China that are investing in Africa, whereas India, it's largely private companies. There are some SOEs, but it's mainly private companies. That makes the relationship of trust and cooperation difficult because Chinese state-owned enterprises will always have deeper pockets than private sector companies, so they will also be increasingly outbid by Chinese companies. But I think your question, what does India have to fear? I don't see anything sinister behind what China's doing in Africa. It's more that because they're SOEs, they have very deep pockets. They're given beneficial loans and things like that by the Chinese government, and it's more a commercial competition rather than anything sinister that India should be worried about. I will admit that Pakistan and let's say Cambodia and Sri Lanka, yes, they have moved closer to China, but the major powers in East and Southeast Asia, who all have excellent trading and diplomatic relations with China, are all moving closer to the Americans in a very explicit way to hedge against China. This is an indication to me that even as trade deepens, these countries are actually hedging even stronger against China. So I think this is actually a problem for Beijing. And I was at the Shanghai Dialogue 2 weeks ago in Singapore, which is the meeting of defence ministers, and the Chinese Minister of Defence, General Liang, was there. And even General Liang spoke about what he called the Cold War, that we should end the Cold War mentality of alliances. What General Liang was effectively saying was that there are all these alliances that are deepening against China, and let's be clear about it, they are a hedge against China. And this is occurring despite China's economic importance. So I suppose my argument is that that's the lack of leverage argument.